You got the raise, you got the relationship, you got the body you starved yourself into, the apartment with the view, the number in the account that was supposed to be the number. And 4 days later, you were back on your phone at midnight, scrolling for the next thing to want. Nobody warns you about the 4 days. They warn you about failure. Nobody tells you that success has an expiration date shorter than milk. Here is the pattern, if you have lived it. You want something so badly it hurts to hold. You get it. For a moment, a real moment, not nothing, you feel it, relief, maybe even joy. And then, without asking your permission, the feeling drains out through a hole you didn't know you had. You're left standing in the wreckage of the thing you wanted, already wanting the next thing. Remember the last person you were obsessed with getting? You got them. Where did the obsession go? It didn't get satisfied. It got replaced. Or the body. You dropped the weight. You stood in front of the mirror you'd been dreading for years and finally liked what looked back. How many days did that last before you found the next flaw to fix? The skin, the jawline, the number on the scale that was never quite low enough. Be honest, was it even a week? You call this a motivation problem. You buy the book about it. You blame your job, your partner, your city, the way you were raised. You assume that somewhere out there is the correct combination of achievements that will finally make the wanting stop. That if you just picked the right goal, the right person, the right version of your life, you'd arrive somewhere and the itching would end. It won't. And not because you haven't found the right combination yet, because the machine you're running on was never built to stop. Picture a pendulum, not swinging gently, swinging violently, wall to wall, no rest point in the middle. On one side, craving, raw physical craving, for the job, the person, the applause, the drink, the win, the like on the post you already regret posting. On the other side, boredom. Flat, suffocating boredom, the kind that makes you check your phone for the 9th time in 3 minutes for absolutely no reason. You have spent your entire life swung between these two walls, and you've been calling the brief pass through the middle happiness. It isn't a place you live, it's a place you pass through. You don't get to stay. The pendulum keeps moving because moving is the only thing a pendulum does. Here's the sentence that should actually terrify you. The pendulum was never yours to stop. Not through more discipline. Not through the right partner. Not through the meditation app, the therapy, the clean diet, the promotion. Every single one of those things can shove the pendulum an inch to the left. None of them can cut the string. Ask yourself right now, without flattering yourself, how many final goals have you already hit? The one that was supposed to be it. The one after which you'd finally relax. You've hit several by now. Are you relaxed? That's not a rhetorical trick. That's the whole case against every plan you've ever made for your own happiness, and you just supplied the evidence yourself. One man looked directly at this machine over 150 years ago and refused to look away, and refused to comfort you about what he saw. He didn't hand you 5 habits. He handed you something worse and far more useful. The reason the habits will never be enough. His name was Arthur Schopenhauer. He has been waiting this whole time to tell you exactly why you were never supposed to be happy and what is actually left for you to do once you stop pretending otherwise. If these words carved an echo within your void, do not turn back. The descent has just begun. Click below, subscribe, and claim your reality. Schopenhauer starts somewhere almost nobody starts. Not with what you think, but with what moves you before you think anything at all. He called it the will, not willpower, not free will in the sense you're used to, the polite, rational, choosing self you imagine is driving. The will, for Schopenhauer, is the raw force underneath everything that exists. Blind, endless, purposeless striving. It doesn't want anything in particular. It just wants. It is the thing pushing the root through soil before there's a plant to benefit from it. It is the thing clenching a fist before there's a reason to fight. You didn't invent your hunger, your ambition, your longing for someone who doesn't want you back. You are one of its outputs. Everything you experience as the world, objects, other people, your career ladder, your reflection in the mirror, Schopenhauer calls representation. Just the appearance the will wears so it can be perceived. You live entirely inside the representation. You almost never touch the will directly, except in one place, your own body, your own craving, from the inside. That's the crack in the wall. That's how he gets in. He even ranks how visible the will gets, depending on what's wearing it. In a rock, it shows up as gravity, pulling toward the earth with no awareness at all. In a plant, it shows up as growth, blind and directionless, roots shoving toward water they can't see. In an animal, it gets sharper, hunger, fear, the urge to mate, all still mostly blind. In you, it gets a spotlight and a narrator. You alone get to watch the will operate you and call the operation my choice. That narration is the only difference between you and the root pushing through the dirt. The pushing is identical. Here's the part that should genuinely disturb you. Pleasure, for Schopenhauer, is not a positive thing. It is the temporary absence of a negative thing. Pain is the default state of a striving creature. Pleasure is just pain, briefly and locally switched off. Think about hunger. You don't eat and gain a mysterious substance called satisfaction. You eat and the gnawing stops. That's it. That's the whole transaction. The relief you feel isn't a reward arriving. It's an alarm turning off. The moment the alarm is off, you're not happy. You're just quiet. And quiet doesn't last because the will doesn't rest. Within hours, you're hungry again, or bored, or lonely, or itching for the next acquisition. Look at desire itself. You wanted the job for 2 years, you got the job. Within 6 weeks, you were annoyed by the commute and quietly eyeing the next title up. Nothing about the job failed you. The job did exactly what jobs do. What failed was the assumption that getting the object would end the wanting. It never does, because the wanting was never really about the object. Romantic obsession runs on the exact same wiring, and Schopenhauer thought it was the most dishonest wiring of all. You convince yourself that this one specific person, out of billions, is the missing piece of your entire life. That certainty feels like the most personal thing you've ever felt. It isn't. Schopenhauer would say, the will has hijacked your nervous system for a purpose that has nothing to do with your happiness, and everything to do with continuing itself through you. The longing feels enormous, precisely because it was never about you to begin with. You get the person. The cosmic certainty doesn't transfer into peace. It transfers into laundry, schedules, small irritations, and a new, quieter wanting that starts within the month. This is Schopenhauer's cruelest and most exact insight. Desire is the sensation of a debt collector at your door. Satisfaction is the door closing for an afternoon. It is never the debt being cancelled. The collector always comes back, sometimes in the same coat, usually in a different one, a different job, a different lover, a different city that will supposedly fix what the last one didn't. And when the collector doesn't come, when for once nothing is owed, nothing is wanted, nothing is chasing you, you don't find peace, you find boredom. That flat gray static that makes people invent problems just to have something to solve. Ever noticed how the moment life gets calm, some part of you starts picking a fight, refreshing a feed, scanning for a threat that isn't there. That's not a personality flaw. That's the will, unemployed, pacing the room, craving on one wall, boredom on the other. You were never given a third option. You were given a pendulum and told it was a life. This is not a bleak trivia fact about human psychology. This is the architecture you have been standing inside your entire life, mistaking the walls for the sky. And once you actually see it, not agree with it intellectually, but see it the way you see a face hidden in a pattern once someone points it out, you can't unsee it. You start noticing the string on every hand that reaches for anything, your own hand included. That's not a comfortable place to stand. It's an honest one. And honest is about to get a great deal harder to bear. Here's the assumption you walked in with, the one you didn't even know you were carrying, that you are the one on the pendulum, that there's a you sitting somewhere holding the rope, occasionally getting yanked around by desire, but fundamentally separate from it, a self who could, in theory, learn to grip the rope differently. Fix the grip, fix the life. That's the entire premise every self-improvement shelf in every bookstore is quietly built on. Schopenhauer takes that assumption and puts it through the wall. You are not holding the pendulum. You are the pendulum. The self you refer to as I, the one you assume is driving, choosing, wanting on purpose, is not the operator of the will. It is one of its temporary shapes. Schopenhauer calls the illusion that carves the world into separate selves the principium individuationis, the principle of individuation. It's the veil that makes you experience yourself as this body, this name, this story, cut off from every other body, swinging on every other rope in every other room. But the veil is not the truth of things, it's the packaging. Underneath the packaging, there's only the one will, wearing 8 billion different faces, running the same craving boredom circuit in every single one of them, calling each performance my life. Think of two strangers on opposite sides of the planet, grieving the same night, one over a dead parent, one over a dead marriage. They will never meet. They share no language, no city, no religion. Schopenhauer would say, they are not two separate sufferings that happen to resemble each other. They are the same suffering, occurring twice, wearing two different names. The separateness is the costume. The ache underneath is a single uninterrupted thing. Sit with what that actually means. The string doesn't stop at your chest. Cut through the wall of your own skin, and it doesn't end there. It runs straight through, out the other side. Into the chest of the stranger you resent, the ex who wronged you, the competitor you can't stop comparing yourself to. It's not 8 billion separate pendulums. It's one pendulum, wearing 8 billion masks, and yours is not more important, not more central, not more uniquely cursed than any other mask it's ever worn. That is the darkest room in this philosophy, and you should walk all the way into it before you look for the exit. Your specific grief, the one you've been carrying like it was handed to you personally, like the universe singled you out for this particular flavor of suffering, isn't personal. It isn't unique. It's the shape existence always takes, wearing your face for 80 years, and it wore the exact same shape in every grieving thing that ever lived before your name existed. And it will wear it again in things that come after you're gone. Here is where most people expect the floor to fully give out. And here, strangely, is where it doesn't. Sit with the version of yourself that has spent years believing the opposite, that your particular heartbreak, your particular failure, your particular loneliness was assigned to you specifically, as though some ledger somewhere had your name circled in red. That belief felt like intimacy with your own pain. It was actually its cruelest trick. It made ordinary suffering feel like persecution, and persecution is so much heavier to carry than weather. Because if the suffering was never uniquely yours, if it was never a personal verdict on your worth, your choices, your failures, then it stops being an indictment. It was never a judgment against you specifically. It's just what wanting feels like from the inside, for anything capable of wanting. The moment you stop believing the curse has your name on it, the weight changes shape in your hands. It's still heavy, but it's not an accusation anymore. It's just weather. And you have survived weather before. That drop in your chest right now, that loosening, that's not relief, because the problem is fixed. It's relief because you finally put down something you were never actually required to carry alone. You were carrying it like a sentence handed down specifically to you in a courtroom with your name on the docket. There was no courtroom. There was no docket. There was only the will, doing what it always does, in a body that happened to be yours this time. You don't get to stop the pendulum. Say that out loud if you have to. No weapon here promises you a still life, a finish line, a permanent peace Schopenhauer himself never claimed existed. What you get instead is leverage. 4 ways to loosen the grip of a force that will never fully let go. Weapon 1. The debt you never signed for. Picture the exact night you got engaged, or signed the lease on the apartment you'd wanted for years, or opened the acceptance email you'd refreshed your inbox for all week. Hold that image. Now picture 4 days later, the ordinary Tuesday when none of it felt like anything anymore. That gap between the peak and the Tuesday is the entire lie you've been sold about happiness, and you have lived it more times than you can count. Stop tallying your day by how much pleasure arrived. Start tallying it by how much pain you avoided. This sounds like a small shift. It is not. You have spent your entire life measuring a good day by peaks. The win, the compliment, the high, and coming up short. Because peaks are brief by design, and the will erases them the second they're spent. Schopenhauer's arithmetic is different. A day with no toothache, no heartbreak, no humiliation, no crisis, is already a good day, fully paid, nothing owed. Try counting tonight. Not what delighted you, what simply didn't wound you. You'll find there's more of it than you thought, and it costs you nothing but the arrogance of expecting more. Weapon 2, the will-less I. There is a hallway in you that leads out of wanting entirely, for a few minutes at a time, and you have walked through it before without noticing the door. It happens when you're fully absorbed in music, in a painting, in a view from a mountain that asks nothing of you and offers you nothing to acquire. In that state, Schopenhauer says, you stop being a wanting creature and become a pure, will-less I, looking at the thing for what it is, not for what it can get you. This week, find one thing, a piece of music, a tree, a face, and look at it, or listen to it, with zero agenda. Not to relax, not to improve yourself, just to see it. Notice how quickly your mind tries to turn it into a task. Better lighting for the photo, a caption for the post, a reason this moment should be productive. Refuse the task. Stay only in the looking. You will feel the craving go quiet for the first time all day. That silence is the closest thing to freedom this philosophy will ever hand you. Weapon 3, the stranger's wound. Name the person you resent most right now. Really name them. Now sit with this. They are not a separate creature scheming against you from some other kind of existence. They are the same blind will, wearing a different mask, running the same craving boredom circuit you run, terrified in ways you'll never see, bored in ways that made them cruel to you. This doesn't excuse what they did. It relocates it. Their cruelty stops being proof of your uniquely bad luck and becomes proof of the machine operating in another chest. Try extending 1 ounce of the compassion you'd give yourself to the person who hurt you. Not forgiveness. Recognition. Picture them at 3 in the morning, alone with the same static-filled boredom that keeps you up, chased by cravings they never chose either. It will feel like giving something away for free. That's exactly why it works. The illusion of separateness only survives on your refusal to look through it. Weapon 4. Starving the puppeteer. Pick one craving this week. Small, specific, real. Not a New Year's resolution. One craving. The scroll before bed. The extra drink. The need to check if they replied. And refuse it. On purpose, not out of discipline. Not to prove your willpower, but purely to feel what happens in your chest when the will doesn't get fed. It will protest. It will get louder before it gets quieter. Stay in the discomfort for 60 seconds without collapsing. That 60 seconds is the only place in this entire philosophy where you get to feel the string go slack in your own hand. It won't stay slack. Do it again tomorrow. This isn't a habit you're building. It's a muscle for noticing you were never as helpless against the pull as you assumed. None of these 4 things stop the machine. Nothing does. But use them enough, and something shifts in how the machine feels from inside your own chest. Less like a sentence being carried out on you, more like whether you finally learned to read before it hits. It's midnight again. Same room, same ceiling, same phone in hand, thumb already moving toward the next thing to want, the way it has 1,000 nights before. Nothing about the outside of this scene has changed. This time, something different happens in the half second before the scroll. You feel the pull, clean, recognizable, almost familiar now, like meeting an old debt collector you've finally learned the name of. Your chest tightens the same way it always does. Your thumb still hovers, but underneath the wanting, for the first time, there's a second layer of awareness watching the wanting happen. And that second layer doesn't panic. It doesn't call this failure. It doesn't reach for a habit tracker to feel better about itself. It just watches the craving rise the way you'd watch weather move across a valley. Not yours, not personal, not proof of anything broken in you. Just the shape wanting always takes in a body at midnight, same as it's taken in every other body that ever lay awake in the dark, waiting for a phone to fill the silence. You put the phone down, not cured, not transcended, not floating above desire like some finished enlightened thing. Schopenhauer never once promised you'd get to become that. Just quieter for a moment, the way a room gets quieter when you finally stop pretending. The noise outside is coming for you personally. The pendulum is still swinging. It will swing tomorrow, and the day after, and on the day they finally put you in the ground. Schopenhauer never promised you a way to stop it, and anyone who tells you they can is selling you the same lie in a nicer coat. What he gave you instead is smaller and stranger, and somehow enough. You were never supposed to hold the rope. You were only ever supposed to stop mistaking the swing for a punishment aimed at you. Look at the arc long enough and you stop flinching at it. That's the whole trick. Not stillness, just recognition. The eye that watches the pendulum without believing it's the one being swung. Compare that to the version of you from part 1, the one refreshing a phone at midnight, certain that the next thing acquired would finally be the thing that held. That version wasn't weak. That version simply hadn't been shown the machine yet. Now you have. The machine hasn't gotten any gentler. You have gotten harder to fool. You will still want things tomorrow. You will still ache for the next acquisition, the next person, the next relief. Let it come. Watch it arrive the way you'd watch a season change, without demanding it stay, without cursing it for leaving. The wanting was never the wound. Believing it was yours alone to fix, yours alone to have earned, yours alone to be punished by. That was the wound. There is no version of this life where the swinging stops. There was never supposed to be. The only thing that was ever actually available to you was this. Stand close enough to the arc to feel its wind, and far enough inside your own skull to stop flinching every time it passes. You were built to want, not to arrive. So, what's the thing you're chasing tonight, believing it will finally be enough? Say it in the comments. Let's see how many of us are swinging on the exact same rope.